welcome to the beautiful city of Perth, Western Australia. I'm actually standing in South Perth at the moment, but what a beautiful view you get across the river at the Perth city. And guys, today we will visit Perth, Fremantle, the beaches of Perth and Rottnest Island. And there's a couple of little surprises in there too. Now if you do want to get the ferry from South Perth over to the Perth central city, you can come down here. You'll turn at Mr. Walker's little coffee shop restaurant, and you can come down here and grab a ferry straight across to Perth. It's not that one. Obviously you can come from the city over to South Perth. If you do, get off the jetty there, you can go for a walk along the river, or you can head down the main street. Plenty of cafes and restaurants, and if you go beyond that, you're going to get to the zoo. Big monkey. Also guys, be sure to take a stroll over to Optus Stadium. There's plenty of activities to be had, or just take a bit of a walk along the Matagara Bridge. That'll also take you straight into the Canfield Tavern for a cold beer. Or you can go and check out the casino just down the road. But at the minute, we're going to head back into town to the Barrack Street Jetty. You'll find an abundance of little restaurants and cafes right on the waterfront. Hey guys, here we are down in the Elizabeth Quay area, and you can also get your boats to Rottnest there, out on these jetties here, and also you can head over from here to South Perth to the zoo. Spot. So guys, you might be able to see that big hill up there. It's called Kings Park. We're going to go and have a look right now. Beautiful Kings Park, Perth, Western Australia. beautiful Swan River, Perth, Western Australia. So it's time for us to head off to Fremantle. And also guys, if you're enjoying this, please subscribe. Costs you nothing and means the world to me. So here we are guys, in the heart of the beautiful Fremantle in Western Australia. You might want to come here. And after a bit of a walk up the stairs, we come to a place called the Roundhouse, where we can go and shoot some cannons. So guys, here we are down at the Fremantle port. So you can actually catch the Rottnest ferry from here if that's what you choose. You can get it from Perth, you can get it from Hillary, so a few different places around, but you can get it from here in Freo. Also they got some markets down this way as well. They're called the E-Shed markets, and not to be confused with the markets further in Freo called the Fremantle markets. Guys, let's not forget that Fremantle is the base of Notre Dame University. So a lot of these beautiful buildings here that we can see are actually part of the university. Pretty stylish school, eh? That one and that one are not. They're pubs. They're not open yet. What's going on, Fremantle? So when you do come to Freo, you will see that this is Cafe City, okay guys? Lots of them you'll find really easy, but there's some of them that you have to search a little bit. I'll take you to one now. Now, if you have driven down, you will need to pay for parking at most places here. And guys, I'm gonna warn you, these things are really confusing to work out. So, good luck with that. So guys, we're just about to enter onto the main street. It's what they call Cappuccino Strip, Fremantle. Let's go have a look. Generally you'll be looking at about $25 to $35 if you want to get a big brekkie and a coffee. but it does vary from cafe to cafe. So guys, along here you're going to find heaps of cafes, you're going to find heaps of pubs, which may or may not be open this early in the morning. So we have one of the most well-known pubs, I think, in Fremantle, called the Sail and Anchor. I told them that I was coming, so I think they decided to order a little bit more for the day. And yes, last but not least, the Fremantle market's an absolute must-see. If you can't find it here, you can't find it anywhere. Gotta love Freo. Now let's go check out the beach. So behind me here is a beautiful Cottesloe Hotel, which means that way is the Cottesloe Beach. Yes, the beautiful white beaches of Cottesloe Beach. You will notice Cottesloe has a shark net, peace of mind when swimming. But now it's time to head down and get something to eat from one of the many cafes, restaurants or pubs here at Cottesloe Beach. And now, let's head off to Scarborough. Guys, here we are at Scarborough Beach, very well known beach here in Perth. Okay, we've got beautiful white sands, and this one up here is building. This is the old building that Alan Bond put up. Some of us might remember him from the America's Cup a long time ago. You got the Scarborough swimming pool in there, 50-metre beautiful pool. There's also a gym up there, as you can see, cafes. Yeah, cool little area here. Got the dome. So you can go skateboarding down here at Scarborough. You've got the rock climbing, plenty of activities down here, and of course a bit of basketball, and then let's head out for a surf. Before we get swept away, let's head down to Hillary's Boat Harbour. So guys, here we are at Hillary's Boat Harbour. I put this on the beach, little beach section, because there is a pretty cool little beach over there. But there's a lot more. I'll show you around. And yes guys, once again we can get the Rottnest ferry from here. They also have some other tours. You can check it out on the website. And guys, there is an absolute abundance of shops, cafes, restaurants, and also a lot of water activities. There's even a choo-choo train. Beautiful beaches down here, monitored by lifeguards. Great place for a swim with the kids. So here at Hillary's Boat Harbour we have a place called Aqua. It's an aquarium. Absolutely excellent day out. We actually did a behind the scenes tour which showed you how everything worked, and it was definitely worth the extra money. We ended up on this little raft which they took us out over the main aquarium. It was full of sharks, turtles, and when we went back upstairs we even saw a mermaid. It's got a nice cafe there, good food. So Aqua at Hillary's, definitely worth a look. Now we head to an area called Bibra Lake, which is the home of Adventure World, a great fun park. Definitely another must-see while you're here in Perth. Up the road from it, we have an ice skating rink. And not far from that, there's a new place which is just opened called Out of Bounds. If you're into golf, definitely worth a look, guys. And even if you're not, we couldn't hit a golf ball if we tried. And we had an absolute ball there. You can see the little robot there. He'll even bring you your tucker. So if you want to have the laugh of your life, well, head over to Out of Bounds. Now let's go to Rottnest Island. So here we are, guys. We've just landed on Rottnest Island, once known and talked about as Rat's Nest Island, because the old explorers come here and it was full of these big rats, as we now know are called quokkas. You're going to see a lot of push bikes while we're over here. That's probably the main way that people get around. You can bring your own over if you've got one in Perth. If you're a traveller, you probably haven't, so you can rent them here. And straight at the end of the wharf, you get the visitor centre, so if you need to know anything, you just whip in there and ask them. They'll let you know everything. Bloody know-it-alls. So how do we get over here? Obviously we've taken the ferry, which is the main way that people will get here. But for those lucky buggers that have got their own boat, they can whip over and dock here as well. On the island here somewhere, there is an airport, so you can actually fly over. I think you can even do skydiving here. So there's lots of different forms of accommodation, but these ones here, you see them right along the coast, around a lot of the island. But they have a lot of different styles of accommodation around Rottnest. Along here is the trek from most of the accommodation to the local pub. So you walk straight there and then you zigzag back. So here we've got Pinky's Beach Club, guys. It's tents, so it's glamping, I suppose you'd say. Really flash tents. Most accommodation is really quite pricey here on Rottnest. I remember I used to look at it years ago when the kids were smaller and work out it's probably sometimes easier to go to Bali. So and it's hard to get a lot of the time, so you've got to book way in advance. So you sign up here saying that you have to wear a helmet and also no public drinking, so walking around with a beer and that. So I don't know how strict they are on it, but I've got to say, back in my day when I was a young teenager, you'd pretty much get kicked off the island if you did wear a helmet and if you didn't have a beer in your hand. So things have changed a bit. So guys, here we are at the basin. So this is a really popular spot for a swim. Got a little area down there. You can see the glamping tents that go right over onto the next beach. And you can see it's monitored by the lifeguards as well. So good little place for a dip, and seems pretty good for the kids too, I'd imagine. Doesn't seem to be too much swell today anyway. And as I say, got the lifeguards here. lighthouse. Probably one of many, but this is the one we're at. And nice little look from here.